Hi Scorpio, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your September 2024 tarot reading. Thank you to those of you who liked, viewed, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate all of that. And for those of you new to the channel, as far as what we have in front of us, the Celtic Cross spread as always. And I also pulled 4 agreements and wisdom and oracle card for you guys. We're actually going to start the reading off by rolling those astrology as we have in front of us to get an idea of where your focus should be as far as that goes. All right, we have Saturn, and Saturn is actually retrograde in Pisces, which is your 5th house of romance, creativity, and children. So you could be feeling some restrictions in that area of life. All right, and we have 6. So 6th house energy for you guys is actually Aries. Of course, we have the North Node there and also Chiron. So 6th house in general points to health, work, daily routines, criticism. And we have Aquarius. So at the time of recording this, we're just about to have that Aquarius full moon, which is going to be pretty intense, especially for you fellow fixed signs. And let's see, Pluto, which is your ruler, is still in Aquarius at the time of recording this, but when we get into September, it's actually going to move back into Capricorn. But either way, you'll be feeling some effects of all that. And for you guys, Aquarius is your 4th house of home, roots, family. All right, so we'll keep those in mind as we go through the main spread. In the main situation position, we have the Knight of Pentacles, Virgo energy, and challenging that, we have the Queen of Pentacles. So really what I'm getting with this, it could just be saying that maybe someone extends an offer your way, right? And it might be at the Knight of Pentacles level, but the challenge could be that you were hoping for something more along the level of Queen of Pentacles level, right? So just something a little bit better. So you might feel like the offer, yeah, it has some decent qualities to it, but you were hoping for something more. And I feel like deep down you might know that they could also offer more as well, which makes it even trickier. All right. In the foundation position, we have the Queen of Swords. So yeah, this is a Libra energy here. And to me, this says that deep down you would want ultimately fairness within the deal, right? So if you, again, like I said, if you feel like, all right, deep down I know that they could step up to the Queen of Pentacles level for the deal, right? Then you might just be going through negotiations around that. And then kind of, let's say, obviously, given all the Pentacle energy there, could just be a financially related thing. So if it's one of those things where they're not paying you what you think they should, right, and they don't seem to want to come off that, then you could negotiate, well, could I get better hours, right? Could I get more vacation time, right? Some other perk to where you feel like it's a better deal. I feel like, well, if I'm going to take you at your word that you can't offer me more financial compensation, there has to be something you can do, right? Right, in the past position, we have the Two of Swords. So yeah, more Libra energy here. So yeah, to me, this is something that you've already given a lot of thought to. You know, again, like I said, I feel you really are going into it with the mindset that you do want to see a deal that truly works out best for both parties, but looks like it just might not be ultimately all that easy to get there. All right, in the present position, we have the Six of Pentacles. So yeah, it looks like this is saying, at least for the time being, you guys might find some kind of a compromise to where you do feel like the offer is balanced, right? So again, like I said, if it's not exactly where you want it to be, there's some kind of negotiation that, you know, on their side, they're able to give a little more. So even if it's not exactly what you want, they're still giving up more than they were initially offering to do in the beginning. All right, in the near future position, we have the Magician. So yeah, to me, this says that you'll be feeling confident that, okay, you know, you're going to feel good about the fact that, all right, I didn't just accept that first offer, right? I worked with them to, okay, maybe even, if not even going to 100% of what I want, I definitely was able to get more from the situation to where I at least felt comfortable going into it, right? And it could just be saying that on top of that, too, that you might even figure out some other ways that you could still improve the deal for your side. All right, in the position of your influence in the situation, we have the Three of Cups. So yeah, so this is definitely a celebratory energy. So it could just be, super generic things saying that, okay, after you figure out the deal, you could just go out to celebrate with friends, right? Maybe even relatives, whatever the case may be. So yeah, it looks like you're definitely going to be feeling like a good negotiation was reached between the two sides. All right. In the environment position, we have the Seven of Swords. So yeah, so this is a little bit of a bad thing to see here because to me this says that, for example, again, so they might have come into it knowing that they could offer more, right? But they might have given you a more lowball offer to where they might have even known in a way that, oh, okay, I know if I give them this offer, they're going to ask for more, right? But it could just be one of those things where, so even though you did get more from their initial offer, it still was less than they ultimately could have done. So that's why I feel like it's saying there. And it's not so much just the fact that that happens, right? That happens in the majority of deals in general, but I feel like this is just pointing more to their mentality around it, right? Which is to say that they kind of knew that that was how it was going to play out, but they still went through it anyway. Whereas, like I said, it looks like you were going into this with good faith, right? To truly negotiate a win-win situation. So, and yeah, this could also just be saying that whatever the deal is, too, right? They just might not be giving you the full picture around the situation, right? So they might be telling you that, oh, I'm pulling in X amount of dollars, so that's why I can only afford to pay you this much, right? But really, this could just be saying behind the scenes they might actually be making more, and then they're just hiding some of that from you. So again, I know I'm giving this a heavy financial lean to it, but primarily that's because of all the pentacle energy. But it could be anything, right? Let's say you and a partner, right, splitting up who's going to do what around the house, right? And then, oh, I got to do X, Y, Z at work, so I can't really come home and do these things here, right? So it could be stuff like that too. It doesn't have to strictly be financial, but it definitely looks like there's a deal being made with you and another party, and then you're going into it with good faith, and they're not really doing so. They're looking to get the better end of the deal and not really afraid to manipulate the situation to do so. All right. In the hopes or fears position, we have the Page of Wands. So yeah, I feel like this is more of a hope on your part, right? Like it looks like you did want to enter into this situation in good faith, right? With optimism and faith that okay, this is a fair deal. But again, like I said, it looks like this person wasn't going into it with that same mentality, unfortunately. All right, and in the outcome position, we have the Five of Pentacles. So yeah, so ultimately it looks like this could end up backfiring anyway for them as well as for you, right? I mean, for you, you just kind of get caught in the crossfire around the situation, but looks like whatever the situation is, it's going to lead to a rough stretch between both sides. And so you know what? So let's look at this through another hypothetical situation too, right? So let's say this is someone who wants you to partner up with them to invest in something, right? And maybe they present it to you like it's a Queen of Pentacles sure deal, right? Like, oh yeah, this is a really safe investment. There's nothing that could go wrong, right? And they present it to you with the optimism, and maybe even because they might truly believe it to an extent, right? But then turns out it wasn't to that level, but you guys put in the resources if it was, and then you don't end up ultimately getting back from it what you initially put in. All right, bottom of the deck, we have the Wheel of Fortune. So this is actually a Jupiter energy here, and Jupiter is actually in your 8th house of investments. It will be making some tricky aspects though through the month of September, so that could be part of what's at play there. So yeah, I feel like this is saying that ultimately you probably still will make out well anyway, but at the very least, all that I'm seeing here, and especially given the fact that at the time recording this, we're still in a Mercury retrograde, right, and we're gonna have that post shadow period for the first half of September. I feel like this is saying at the very least, really make sure that if you do sign into any agreements, that you really look over the details, which is a pretty good idea with Mercury retrograde in general, but I feel like this is saying do it even more so in this situation because, again, like I said, it looks like you are going into it in good faith, but this person that you are working with looks like they might be trying to get the upper hand in this situation. All right, from the 4 agreements, we have always do your best, And it says, stay in the present moment. Right? It says, keep your attention on today and stay in the present moment. This is the beginning of a new understanding, a new dream. It's an interesting message there, right? Um, Especially too, so again, going back to like a investment angle, right? Where they might paint this pretty picture, right? All right, so let me give you another hypothetical of how this could play out, right? I think everyone's probably experienced something similar to this, but they'll show you these credit card offers, right? That initially sound great, like, oh, the interest rate is 1% or something like that, and you're like, oh, that sounds awesome. And then in the fine print, it's like after 1 year, the interest rate is like 20 something percent, something crazy like that, to where you're like, okay, yeah, that first year, that's going to be awesome to have that. But then for the rest of eternity that you have the card, it's like, yeah, this is not a good deal at all, right? So that would be the company's way of saying that, oh yeah, look, we're taking a chance on you initially, but then obviously they're going to make back that money tenfold in the long run, right? So it could be one of those types of dynamics. Hopefully that made sense, but that was another thing that came to mind. But yeah, from Wisdom Oracle, we have Breathe. There's the artwork, and the number is 29. All right, essential meanings says patience, waiting, going slowly, wellness, meditation, trust. The Oracle's message: patience in all things is called for right now. What do you need to do when you're in a rush? Slow down, of course. Meditate and trust. Breathe and repeat. Humans cannot exist without drawing breath. Now is the time to allow the life giving element of air to replenish your body, your being, and your very essence. Stop to smell the roses, breathe in the sunlight, and release the darkness, and miracles will appear. So, yeah, so the take your time thing and not rushing, right? Again, like I said, to me, that goes to what we were talking about here, where whatever this deal is, I feel like it's saying it's really calling you to look at it at great detail before you do sign off on it, because there could be something that, yeah, in the beginning it might seem awesome, but in the long run you might end up taking more of a loss. So hopefully that resonated. All right, the relationship message says, don't be in too much of a hurry right now. The heart needs time to open. Take a breath and let nature take its course. Release constriction and anxiety, for there is no need for tension. Savor the moment, and the waiting won't prove difficult. Your heart knows what the ego often resists learning. Patience pays off in deep and meaningful ways. So yeah, I mean, I will say, to be fair, this didn't really come across. Obviously, I was given a heavy financial angle to this reading from what I was seeing, but for those of you looking for relationship guidance, hopefully that resonated with you. And the prosperity message says, you have worked long and hard, your dreams are coming to fruition, and you want to hurry things along. You are the slow one moving languidly, yet still progressing right now in a rhythm dictated by your authentic nature, the essence of your dream, and the will of the universe. Slow and steady wins this race. You will indeed win if you relax, stay the course, trust your intuition, and breathe. So yeah, again, another good message there. So yeah, like I said, ultimately, I feel like this is saying that just don't rush into any types of partnerships and deals this month. Again, because like I said, even if they'll present something to you initially, that they make it sound like it's the best they could do. It looks like they could do more. And like I said, it looks like you be called to look over the details around that situation as well. So hope it ever resonated for you guys, and wrap up there. I'll see you all next month. All right, bye.